I'm here in Hamilton today talking to the Hamilton Press Club about why we as a nation need to engage with the history of the New Zealand wars, why it's important for our young people to learn this history at school, and why we need to embrace this history and not just cherry pick out the good stuff in our history but acknowledge the bad stuff as well. So I've been talking about that in the context of what happened here in the Waikato, based on my book The Great War for New Zealand, which is a history of the Waikato War and the history of invasion and confiscation and the legacy of that. It was really encouraging to see that there's kind of a strong response to this, so people think it is time that we do something about this, and especially we've got a National Day of Commemoration for the New Zealand Wars now, but the second part of that Aotearoa College petition was they wanted the history taught in schools, because after their school visited Araka and Rangiawhia, two of the worst events of the Waikato War, they were shocked by what they found out when they visited those places, and they've started asking questions, why don't we learn about this at school? And so that was kind of the unfinished business of their petition, their campaign, and that's something I think that we do need to engage with. And young people themselves are calling for that. They're asking to be taught this history, and it just seems to be adults, and especially the Ministry of Education, who have kind of hang-ups about it. So I think we need to take our lead from the young people on these issues. They've got a willingness, a readiness to engage with this difficult history, to embrace kind of diversity and difference in a way that maybe older generations are less equipped to do. Ultimately, we need politicians to be on board with this, and I think this is an issue that is, it should be a cross-party one. It's not really a party political issue. It's about New Zealand as a nation, about our identity, about our maturity and willingness to embrace these difficult parts of our story, so that people are engaged and they understand where they come from. And I think there is kind of a growing acceptance of that need and a growing willingness, so that gives me some hope that we might be achieving meaningful change.